Hi, it's me. If you've ever felt like giving up on your spiritual path, or wondered why sometimes it just feels so darn hard, you're not alone. In this video, I'll share 3 simple, gentle skills that you can begin today to help nurture your ongoing spiritual perseverance, your sacred stick-to-itness. These are small, steady steps, but they can help you feel more rooted, more awake, more at peace, no matter what's going on around you or what you're going through. They will help you abide in a steady spiritual consciousness that will strengthen your built-in spiritual perseverance in a way that's gentle, steady, and rooted in love. One of my favorite historical quotes is from Winston Churchill, the great Prime Minister of England, who led that country through the hell that was World War II. While most people probably wouldn't consider him a source of spiritual quotations, I often find him to be a reliably spiritual fellow. And the quote that comes to mind about perseverance is from Winston Churchill, and it's this: "When you're going through hell, keep going. Keep going." When we hear the word perseverance, we often think of it as grit, endurance, or just powering through. But spiritual perseverance is something very different. It's not about force. It's not about efforting. It's about allowing. Spiritual perseverance is about showing up with love again and again. It's about keeping your heart open, especially when your mind, your ego, wants to close it down. True spiritual perseverance is less like climbing a mountain and more like tending a garden. You don't yank flowers into blossoming. You care for them. You nourish the soil, water the roots, and trust that growth is happening, even when you can't see it. And that may take some time. So how do we nurture that kind of perseverance? When we're going through hell, how do we just keep going? What matters most in the practice of abiding in spiritual consciousness is consistency. It's not about perfection. And that's a very subtle thing, but it's also very effective. When we bring gentle awareness to our spiritual life every day, we're building strength the same way that a tree builds rings, layer by layer, quiet, steady, and ultimately pretty darn effective. And when difficulties arise, and they will, that simple way of being, becoming the very ground beneath your feet, keeps you going. You're not trying to fight your life. You're learning to meet it with presence, with love, and with a deep trust that your spiritual path is still unfolding, even when you feel you've lost your way. Compassion is key, especially compassion toward yourself. There will be days when you feel uninspired, disconnected, even doubtful. That's not a failure. That's a part of the journey itself. Spiritual growth doesn't mean always feeling blissful or spiritual. It means staying rooted in love, even when things feel bumpy or confusing. Perseverance in this light is more like patience than effort. If you're a parent, you probably know what I mean. Be patient with your process. Be soft with your edges. You're not trying to become spiritual. You already are. Your small disciplines, these reminders, are simply helping you remember that. If you're someone who's left traditional religion or considering that, or who's exploring a new spiritual direction, this message, I think, is especially for you. You know, you may not have a rigid structure anymore. You may be carving a path on your own. And that can feel lonely sometimes. But it also means you're free to listen more deeply, to be more authentic, to follow your own inner compass, and to trust it. Nurturing spiritual perseverance in this season of your life means trusting your heart, allowing space for mystery, and letting your spiritual life unfold naturally, without pressure, without comparison, without judgment, and certainly without shame. That path may not be linear. You know, the dots may not always seem to connect clearly. But it is a living path, a growing one. So stay on it. Persevere. So before you go, here are those 3 simple skills I promised to share with you. And you can use these today to start nurturing your spiritual perseverance. 1. Take 5 quiet minutes just to be. No goals, no pressure, just presence. 2. Write down one truth you want to remember when things get tough. You can certainly use that quote from Winston Churchill. I'll go ahead and drop that into the description section below. 3. Energize gratitude. Thank the ever-present Spirit within you, that is you. Even for something small, even when times get tough, there's always something to be grateful for, always. And gratitude will always open your heart and help keep it open. If this message stirred something in you, please like this video and share it with someone on their own journey. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more ongoing, encouraging, and nourishing content. We're all walking this spiritual path together, gently, with love, and one foot in front of the other. Your presence here matters. Thank you so much for being a part of this spiritual community. And I'll see you next time.